Let me start with you, Michael. The Apple Watch, is it the iPad?
No, because
or the iPod?
No, it's really neither. What it is it's an accessory. And because it still requires one of these. It still requires that you have a phone in your pocket and an iPhone. And so I think there are a lot of people that are going to buy them. Apple estimates about 17 million people will buy one. But I'm not sure everyone's going to use it. And there's a lot of useful things to do with it. But it's not going to be a habit right away.
Okay, Brian Kelly, you're in the cutting edge of use of this stuff. Is it actually a toy, or can you use it to get to Rome for $12?
Yeah, you can definitely use it for travel, especially. Going through the TSA, you can actually have your boarding pass. So instead of having your phone checked, you can actually be connected. When your flight changes, you can get a notification on your wrist, quicker than on your phone.
So what?
But
do you care?
But Tom,
for the Apple Watch, maybe for travel, I care that I won't have to take in a meeting, you don't have to take your phone out of your pocket to see who you've gotten emailed from.
But this is key to Olivia's point, Michael Wolff. I've read some lukewarm appraisals of the watch, and they consistently say it has to be linked to your phone in your pocket. You got to carry your phone with you. You can't just go out with the watch. When that link is severed, will the watch become a bigger deal?
It's not clear, because if you look at it, the world has been moving to bigger screens, not smaller ones. You look at the size of the iPhone, it got bigger, a lot of that driven by the Samsung phones. And so we're not sure whether or not something that's on your wrist is really going to take the place of that larger screen. I mean, yes, there's a lot of support from the tech community. Apple's announced that there are 3,000 apps that will be available on launch. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to become central to people's lives. And I do agree there's going to be lots of applications for it.
I think the fitness aspect of it is what I'm excited about. So I had a Fitbit. It actually tells you how much you sleep, how well you sleep, how much you've been walking. So especially when you're traveling time zones and everything, it's important to keep track of how much you sleep.
Fancy guy, we don't want to know how much you sleep.
I know how.
Exactly.
Okay.
I want to think about it less rather than more. I don't want to be reminded of how little I'm sleeping.
Certainly you don't want it to be shared on Facebook.
That's true.
Brian, give us an update on what you essentially invented, which was analysis of all these credit cards. Are we ready for a new round of points wars with the banks? Does Jamie Dimon hate you as much as I think he does?
Are you kidding me? His products have, gotten much, the credit card companies are making billions, are doing great. Citi is the newest one on the market with new products, and they are really, everyone's nipping at Amex, right?
Yeah.
And the competition right now is out of control. Citi just upped all their sign-up bonuses on their key products to 50,000 points, which, if you know how to use them, is $1,000. Think about it, $1,000 for getting a single
credit
card.
You get a $1,000 gift.
Basically, if you transfer to their transfer partners and know how to leverage it, but
Points guy, you aren't allowed to confuse me. Last time you were on, you said I had to get a Starwood card, and I was working on that. Now I got to think about it more.
The beauty of it all is that you can have multiple. It's like stocks. Would you ever just invest in one stock? No, you want to diversify.
This is how we got to the credit crisis.
But pay them off on time. You can beat the system.
For our audience, and I want to go to something we just covered recently, which is Olivia's going to 14 weddings this year. What is your advice to the young crew that's living on airplanes trying to stay social?
Well, especially if you, there's so many different frequent flyer perks. Like Southwest has a companion pass that you can get from getting basically 2 credit cards, and it allows you for 2 years to have a free companion travel wherever you go, even if you use points. It's one of the most incredible perks out there. So it's finding the right program for you. Of course, Southwest isn't great if you're going to be going to 12 weddings in Europe, but if you're going to go across the U.S.
What's your advice to Michael Wolff? You got a hitter here.
Well, he's a points expert. We were just talking about it. But yeah, it's just, I always say, get flexible points. Citi, thank you, American Express membership rewards that have multiple options. So no matter if you want to go to the Maldives or Topeka, you have options.
We haven't done this in a while, but I just pulled a quote of the day from you. RE credit cards. If you pay them off on time, you can beat the system. Well, duh, nobody does that.
I do that.
How many credit cards do you have?
I have about 25 credit cards.
That's absurd.
Good Lord.
But my FICO's in the high 700s. I have a mortgage. The biggest factor of your credit is
your credit rating.
How much you pay. 785.
Yeah.
But it's how much you pay on time and your debt to credit ratio. So I have all these credit cards at a zero balance.
That's
so the more you have.
I've been getting a mortgage, and they said I don't have enough credit cards because I only have one. I like it that way, though.
I have 3 credit cards. Michael?
About 5.
5. Brendan?
I have more children than I have credit cards.
Yeah.
Boom! Dollar in the jar. Mention my kids.
Right.
Olivia, we won't ask. Olivia, where are you going this weekend?
Nowhere.
Nowhere. That's a break. That's a surveillance break exclusive right there. Olivia Stearns on the island of Manhattan.
Yep. It's going to be wild.